If you're preparing for an NHS physiotherapy interview, these are the common questions you should be ready to answer. And I'll show you how to answer them. So the first question that you should be ready to answer if you're preparing for an NHS interview is the question, why do you want to work in the NHS? So this question assesses your understanding of the healthcare system. And the answer that you need to give is you need to include that you're committed to patient-centered care, that you have interest in multidisciplinary team working, and also that you desire to contribute to the healthcare system. So that is a very good answer that you need to give. So for example, I want to work in the NHS because it focuses on patient-centered care and multidisciplinary collaborations. As a physiotherapist, I value working with other healthcare professionals to help patients achieve the best possible outcomes. Now, the second question that you need to be prepared for is, tell us about a challenging patient care. This question is testing your clinical reasoning. Structure your answer like this. Put a situation that you were in that was challenging, the action that you took, and then the outcome. So explain the patient's condition, your assessment, the treatment that you provided, and the patient outcome. So for example, you can say a patient came to see me for knee pain. I did my assessment, say what assessments that you did, what treatment you provided, and the outcome was that the patient was fully able to walk without pain. So that's a good example. The third question that you have to be ready for is, how do you prioritize patients on a busy ward? How do you prioritize patients on a busy ward? Interview panels want to see that you can manage your workload safely. Examples are assess clinical urgency, prioritize high-risk patients, and communicate with the multidisciplinary team. So you need to be able to assess the clinical urgency, prioritize your patient and the high-risk patients more, and then communicate multidisciplinary team, whether that be your higher management or your physiotherapy lead or vice versa. The fourth question is, how do you handle communication challenges with patients? Communication is an essential skill that you need to have as a physiotherapist. So your answer should highlight that you can actively listen to your patients, that you give clear explanations, for example, of treatment protocols or exercises, and that you provide patient education. So the fifth question is, how do you ensure accurate clinical documentation? Good documentation supports patient safety in the National Health Service. So physiotherapists often use structured SOAP notes to document their notes or their record of treatment and assessment. If you want to know how to document properly, in the link in the description, I've created a course, a short course that teaches you everything that you need to know on how to document properly as a newly qualified physiotherapist or an international physiotherapist. So if you're preparing for an interview in the National Health Service, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I share practical tips on how you can transition confidently and safely in your career journey in the United Kingdom as a physiotherapist. I hope this has been really helpful. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe, and also to share to those that you feel might benefit from this video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next video.